going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing a clutch install on an Evo 10, or clutch replacement. Kind of ironic, my clutch is nearly out on the Evo 10, and then my buddy Jared, his clutch went out in the Evo 10 as well. So just a few minutes ago I was like, you know what, I like to have fun with cars before we fix stuff. The clutch was already out. We went up the hill a little bit and did this nasty clutch burnout just to make people mad on Instagram. So if you guys enjoyed that, shout out to Jared for letting me burn up his clutch. She's back outside now. We're letting it cool down a little bit, letting all the smoke evaporate out of the car, and then we're gonna pull it in and get started on replacing this warped clutch. We both broke our clutch at the same time, so. And his car's not drivable anymore. Let me show you guys. Maybe it cooled down a little bit, but that's first gear. That's warped. Hope you guys don't hate me too much for destroying an already destroyed clutch, but if you do, I'm sorry that, you know, your mama don't like you. All right, boys, let's get to work. This car is all cooled down now, and to start, we're gonna take off everything on the top of the engine bay and the top of the transmission that we need to remove. And then, being that we have a lift now, it's gonna be super easy. Pull off the wheels, pull off the CV axles, stubs, go get a transmission jack, drop the tranny out of the car, swap in the new clutch, and this here's the clutch we're running today. This is the HDSS. I believe it's rated to like 500, a little over 500 foot-pounds of torque, so it should be plenty for roast. That car only makes like, what, 350 wheel torque right now? But we'll turn it up in the future, so let's go rip this thing open real quick. See how beautiful she is. Fair enough, cool. If you guys want to pick up this exact clutch, I will have a link down below. Also, only other things you will need, like supplies wise, is you need to get your flywheel turned or replaced. We're just gonna have this one turned. It's definitely a little bit warped and heated after that burnout we did. And then some gear oil as well. We're gonna be running the Redline cocktail in here, which I will link that down below as well. It's been a minute since I did a clutch, wow. Intake's gotta come off. Pretty much everything right here has got to come off. And then wiring, there's not much to unplug wiring wise. The majority of the work is going to be bell housing bolts. There's bolts that hold the transmission to the transfer case. Those are kind of a little pain in the chode to get to. What else? Yeah, CV axle, CV stubs. Drop the tranny out. It's really not all that bad. It's gonna be easy on the lift. Well, pretty much everything is removed from the top. There's still obviously the hardware we got to take off, like the mounts and bell housing and transfer case hardware. But next move is we're gonna jack this thing up and take off all the stuff over here that we need to pull off. If I remember correctly, we don't need to pull the passenger side CV axle or the CV stub. We need a slide hammer. I don't have a slide hammer. We need a slide hammer. We do have to pull off obviously this CV and CV stub. Wow, that's handy. What the fuck? Okay, sick. That thing just ripped right off. Sick. Fail number 1 of the day. All right, we got the floor cleaned up. That was a little whack of a situation, but we got it resolved because we just screwed this thing on, which I should have done before I got oil all over the ground, but not a big deal. What I'm gonna do right now is release the clutch throwout bearing. I don't like doing it. It's my least favorite part of owning an Evo, is how you release the throwout bearing. But we do have an ACT monolock on here right now, so it should be a little bit easier, but still, it's a pain in the dick. Harbor Freight it is. So I'm gonna go grab a different screwdriver that's a little bit longer, a little bit thicker. This is actually the biggest one I have. So I'm gonna grab that. We need a side hammer for the CV axle stub, and then we need a tranny jack as well. So let's make a parts run, or a tools run, grab those goodies, come back, drop this thing out. Drop the mic. $30 for a Harbor Freight screwdriver? Low lift tranny jack. That's so cheap though. Kind of makes me want to not spend $250, but I think it's worth it. Hey, I have a quick question for you, sir. Absolutely. Looking for this guy here. High lift tranny jack. These are low lifts. Could we use that low pro tranny jack somehow? Set it up on a table. It goes 2 feet high?
Yeah.
Should we just grab it?
Yeah, I probably should, dude.
First thing I want to do is get that throwout bearing released. So we got some screwdrivers. We got a medium boy and we got a big boy. One of these two will do the trick. Fuck yes. Ah. Finally. Yes, yes, yes. I'll pay someone $1 million to come up with a solid solution for those stupid throwout bearing clips. All right, the next move is to pull the CV stub out. So what you need is an M8 by 1.25 bolt. We're gonna thread this into the end of the CV stub, and then we have a slide hammer. Just gonna pop it out. Check out the little tedious stuff is done now. What we have next is unbolt the motor from the transmission and then the tranny from the transfer case. And then we have to set up the new tranny jack. So they offered a couple different models. They had a high lift and a low lift. They didn't have any high lift in stock, so we got a low lift. This guy only goes 2 feet high, but I figure that's better than nothing. And then we got the medium one, which is 800-pound capacity, so it'll be better than just lifting up by hand. All right, so while we're down here, I'm gonna pull out all the bolts that we can get. There's 3 up here, 1, 2, 3 for the transfer to the tranny, and then 5 on the bottom from the engine to the tranny. All 14 mils. What? You don't have a clutch. That explains why your car won't drive. I think we done roasted her a little bit too hard, boys.
Oh my god.
I think that is part of your rivets on your clutch, on the actual disc though. Wow. Okay, so here's a scoop, guys. Today's Sunday. Obviously, we either need a new flywheel or to have it turned. I think if we have it turned, it should be fine. But machine shops are closed. Any parts dealer in the world right now is closed. Our only option is to either have it turned tomorrow or wait probably over a week to get a new flywheel in. And I think we should just have it turned, and I think it'll be just fine doing it that way. So that was kind of a chore, but Rose's clutch is out. Here's your clutch. Would you like your clutch back? Nice. All right, boys, we're all finished up for the day. If you guys want to pick up this exact clutch, I will link it down below. It's a very solid clutch, actually. I run the same one in the Black 8, and I actually really like it. I haven't decided what I'd like more, comp or ACT. I don't know. They're both good. If you guys want it, link down below. Peace out. This thing will be up on the road tomorrow. I'll see you guys then.